Very good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning into today's session. As you know, we are continuing with our series of 5 webinars that we have planned for you. This is the third webinar in the same series. We would like to take it forward from where we left last time. But before we do that, let's just quickly recall what we covered in the first two webinars so that everybody is on the same page. In the first webinar titled Understanding a Small Case, which is available on a Small Case as well as Zerodha's YouTube channel, we covered 4 points. That is the concept of a small case, how it combines the portfolio and thematic investment approaches. The second point that we covered in the small case was a comparative analysis of different asset classes used by retail investors in India and how equity works. Like equity always beats all the other asset classes in long term. The third point covered in the same webinar was how a small case can help you make more than 50% compared to mutual funds and other investment options which are available to access equity markets right now. And we ended the webinar with telling you how we create a small case, and we ran through the whole process of defining universe, researching how do we screen stocks, and how our models and proprietary algorithms select the final list of stocks. The second webinar, which is also available on Zerodha's YouTube channel, we covered the process of finding your small case. There were two major points that we covered. Initially, we defined all the different fields that are associated with a small case so that you can understand uh, the small case concept better. That is, what does an index value represent? What are the different types of a small cases? How you should go about analyzing a small case by looking at the past performances and rationale, and try to select a small case which aligns with your philosophy and investment ideas. And then we went through the whole process of discovering your small case. We went to different filters which are available, as in you can specify the amount that you want to invest in and see the small cases which fit in your criteria. You can go to the newswire to track the current market news which is hitting, and also analyze the impact of each and every news on different small cases, and then directly buy small cases from there. Take it forward from there. And in today's session, we would try to cover all the process related with buying and selling of small cases. So there are three major points that we would be covering in today's session. First is how you can buy a small case on the platform. The second is all the processes related with managing your small case, that is investing more, rebalancing, exiting from a small case. And the third and most important one, about the new feature that we launched this week, that is how to create and customize a small case. So now let's directly start with the first point of how you can buy a small case on our platform. So you can come to this page by directly clicking on the discover section on the top left corner of the navbar. Let's say I want to check out all the latest small cases which are available on the platform, and I decide that I want to invest into affordable housing. You can see all the small cases related fields here. So it's been a little more than 1 month since we launched this small case after the government proposed or gave the sector and infrastructure status in the recent union budget. And as you can see, the index has moved from 100 to 107.57. That is a return of more than 7% in like just a little over a month. Let's say I want to buy this small case. I am happy with all the graphs and everything and the stocks that are present in the small case. And now I want to buy the small case. I just need to click on buy small case, and I'll be redirected to a page where there's a two-step process. Now, in the first step, I need to confirm the amount that I want to invest in the small case. Now, as you can see that there is a minimum investment amount associated with every small case. And in case of affordable housing, this amount is close to 14,000 rupees. Uh, you can invest any amount higher than the minimum investment amount into the small case. Now, the obvious question is, why do we have minimum investment amount for every small case? Now, in India, retail investors cannot buy fractional shares of a small case. And in order to ensure that you buy at least one share of every stock present in the small case, and at the same time maintain the prescribed weighing scheme, so that finally the weighing scheme that you buy is as close as possible, that is by minimizing the deviation to the prescribed weighing scheme, we calculate the minimum investment amount. So very simply putting, is the amount which ensures that you remain very close to the prescribed weighing scheme. Let's say I want to invest 20,000 rupees in affordable housing. So I just need to put 20,000 in this box, click on confirm amount, and then I can just see all the orders that I would be placing. So here is a list of all the stocks which are present in the small case. I can also check the quantity of shares that I would be buying for each of the stocks in the third column. Then I just need to click on invest now. And before before we place the order, we do a double confirmation from your side and tell you that it's going to be a market orders and we are placing 12 stocks at the current market prices. You just need to click on confirm and all the orders would be placed. Now, as you can see here, all the orders have been placed and we have set your custom index to 100. Now, a caution to everybody: all the stocks which are bought or which you are buying using the small case platform, you would be able to see all of them in the Kite, that is the zero dash trading platform. But please note that you don't sell any stocks from the Kite platform which you have bought from a small case, because we don't get information regarding all the trades that you place on Kite, and this might result into non-accurate calculation of PNL. So just you can check all the small case holdings on the Kite by applying the small case filter on the holdings page, but just ensure that all the small case trades are placed to the small case platform. So if you click on see order details, you can see that but just now you place an order, like you placed a buy order for affordable housing, and the status is filled. That is all the 12 stocks that were there in the small case have been filled, that is have been bought. Now you can click on track performance and you will be redirected to the investment page where you can start tracking your small case. Now, as I told, whenever you buy a small case, we set your custom index from 100. So as you can see right now, the index has moved from 100 to 100 to 100.24. That is like in fractions of seconds since you actually bought the small case, it is up 0.24% and you're making a profit of 46.60 rupees. Now the idea behind doing this is that you don't have to go and analyze each and every stock which is present in the small case, and it also leads to enhanced decision making, because you don't go and look at each and every stock, and if one stock is down or one stock is up, you make the decisions based on that. What you need to do is you just need to look at the index value. Let's say if the index value is 105.5, you would be quickly able to realize that you are making 5.5%, and you don't have to go and check every stocks, because if you're doing that, you might end up selling a stock which is down, let's say 6-7%, but that stock is actually providing you the necessary diversification benefits. And in the whole process of actually looking and analyzing your returns through index, yeah, your decision making has improved a lot. So this is how you can buy a small case. Let's just quickly take one more example of buying a low cost version of the small case. To check out the whole list of a small case, I again go to the discover page. If I just want to look at the low cost versions of the small case, I go to the collection. Here I go down and let's say I want to check out the investment strategies. I click naked trader. In the rationale, I can see that there is a low cost version available for this. I click it here. I go to the low cost version. Now I want to buy the small case. It's a 3-click process. You click on buy, confirm the amount. Let's say I want to invest 5,000 rupees. Confirm the amount, review all the orders that you're placing, and just click on invest now. And as you can see, we have set your custom index for naked trader low cost version 200, and you can start tracking it on the investment page. So on the investment page, all your orders are arranged in chronological order, and you can see the performance or track the performance of every small case using the index value. You can also see the current value, that is what is the value of all the holdings in your small case. You can see the investment and the current PNL, that is the profit or the money that you're making on that particular small case. Now at the top of the investment summary page, you can also see the summarized version of all the holdings that you have in the small case. That is, it's a sum up version of all the small cases that are present. So combinedly for both the naked trader and affordable housing, your current value is 24,702, and you are making a profit of 52 rupees right now, which is 0.21% of your investments. Okay, let's continue from the investment page. So now we have understand the process of how you can buy a small case on the platform. Now let's look at all the things that you can do on the platform. What is small case? So on the investment page, in front of every small case, you can see a manage button. If you click on manage, you'll be redirected to a new page. Now here you can see there are three options. That is invest more, rebalance updates, and exit a small case. Let's go through them one by one. The first option is to put in more money into the same small case which you have already bought. Now, suppose you have bought the affordable housing 1 month back and it's working for you, and you decide to put 5,000 rupees on a monthly basis in the same small case. So what you need to do is you can come every month on this investment on this page, just specify the amount that you want to invest, click on confirm, and again it's a two-step process. You just need to click on invest more and confirm. Now, as you can see, it is filled on the orders page. You can also see that the batch type that first you bought the small case, so batch type is buy. You can see you place 5 orders, all of them are filled. Then you decide to invest more. So you can see the batch type as invest more. And again, all the orders on the invest more batch is also filled. If you want to look at the amount that you bought or sold in a particular batch, you can just click on the down arrow and you will be able to see that. As you can see, the total buy value for this invest more batch is 5,200, close to 5,200 rupees. Now I can click on track performance, and again I'll be redirected to the investment page. Now the trade that I did is already accounted for in the index value and the P&Ls that you see on the investment page. So that is how you can use investmore. So investmore basically works like a SIP. That is, if you want to keep on investing a fixed amount of money on a regular basis in a small case which you already hold, you just need to go there and do the two-step process which I just described. Now let's look at the option to exit from a small case. If you click on exit a small case, uh, this is what you need to do when you decide that the small case has worked for you. You have achieved the P&L percentage that you wanted to achieve, and you want to get out of the small case. You just come to this page, see the amount of money that you would be receiving, review the orders that you would be placing, and click on exit a small case. When you click on exit a small case, we just take a double confirmation from your side. Once you click on confirm, we again place the orders. Okay, so on the orders page now you can see that first we bought this small case, then we decided to invest more in the same small case, and then I sold a small case. So all the batch types are also arranged in the chronological order for your easy navigation. And if you want to see how much money you made on this small case, just click on CPNL and you would be redirected to the investment history. Now let's look at the third option, that is rebalance update. All the small cases created by a small case research team are generally reviewed on a quarterly basis. That is the process of creating a small case where we define the universe, check whether a stock is the pure play for a particular theme, rerun all our models to check for valuations, technicals, fundamentals of different stocks, and decide the final list of stocks. The whole process is again repeated at the end of the quarter, so that we ensure uh, that the current set of stocks that you have in the small case keep on reflecting the theme in which you invested. And if some stocks have already run up, that goes out of the small case, and new stocks which are now fulfilling the criteria comes into the small case. So this is a separate account where I already have few rebalance updates on the small cases which I'm holding in this account. So if there is a rebalance update, we send you notifications. You get an email notification in your inbox, and at the same time, we also get a notification on the product itself, which you can see by clicking on the bell icon or also on the rebalance update section on the homepage. So as I can see here that I have few rebalance which are pending for three small cases that I hold. That is growth and income, small case IT tracker, and cash of the titans. I can also see that there is an update on my small case on the investment page. So in front of growth and income, I can see that manage button is showing me that there is an update available. So if I just click on the manage button, I'll be redirected to the same page which we were talking about. And under the rebalance update, now I can see that there is a quarterly update where stocks have changed. You can see the description of the update also, that one stock has been added and one stock has been dropped as suggested by the model and criteria used to create this small case. Now it's completely your choice if you want to apply the update or you want to ignore the update. If you want to rebalance your small case basis on the basis of this update, just click on apply update button, and you will be redirected to review all the changes that we would be doing in the small case. So on the left side, you can see that there's a small red line in front of few stocks. So basically, these are the stocks where on a net basis, you're selling some shares. So as you can see for National Fertilizers, you currently hold 12 shares, and during the rebalance, one share of the stock would be sold. Similarly, if you see a right line in front of a stock, it means that the number of shares for that stock is going up. So you can see that Hindustan Petroleum, the number of shares is growing from 1 to 2. You can see that Cadila Healthcare, for which you don't hold any stock, the number of shares is increasing to 2. That is, this stock is actually added to the small case. And you can see that CCL Products, the number of current shares is 3, and it's becoming 0. That is, this stock is getting dropped from the small case. So I can quickly just browse through all the changes that would be happening. And if I click on confirm changes, I can review the orders that I would be placing. So basically, these are the 4 orders that would be going in the rebalance update: 2 sell orders and 2 buy orders. I can check the quantities. You can also check the net amount of money that would be either coming in or going out of your account in the small case. So for in this case, it says that you would be investing rupees 304.95. That is, in the small case, you are buying few stocks for which you need to put an additional money of 300 rupees. Now to place the orders, I just need to click on place orders and again confirm. I'm again redirected to the orders page. And as I can see, now the batch type is rebalance and all the orders placed has already been fulfilled. Now let's move to the previous account where holding everything. So on the investment page, if you want to manage your small case, click on the manage button in front of a small case. There are 3 options. You can invest more. You can use this option to do a SIP sort of investment on a regular basis. You can check all the rebalance updates which are pending for your small case under the rebalance updates section, and then again apply it using the same 2-step investment process. And then if you want to exit from a small case, is just one click, come here and click on exit a small case. Now let's go back to the investment page and understand what is happening inside the details section of the small case. So for affordable housing, if I click on details, I'll be able to see all the holdings. That is the list of all the stocks that are there in the small case. I can also see the average buy price for every stock that I have bought and the number of shares that I'm holding for of every stock in my small case. I can see the detailed breakdown of the P&L also. That is how much money I have put in, what is my current investment, and what is the total P&L that I'm making, which consists of a lot of components like realized P&Ls, current P&L. This realized P&L would include dividends and everything. We would try to cover more uh, analysis of this page in the future webinars. So this is what you can do once you have bought in a small case, that is invest more, rebalance, exit. You can also buy and sell individual stocks if you want to do it. Just click on details, click on add or remove stocks, and you will be redirected to a page where you will be able to see the current number of shares of each stock. And then under the desired shares column, you can increase or decrease the number of shares for every stock. Let's say in this case, if I want to increase the number of shares for Divan Housing from 5 to, let's say, 10, I can do it here. Simultaneously, if I want to reduce the number of shares of Purvankar from 29 to, let's say, 15, I do it here. I can see what will be the net impact. As I can see, by doing these two changes, I would be investing 968 rupees. I just need to click on confirm above changes. Now I can see that I'm selling 14 shares of Purvankar and I'm buying 5 shares of Divan Housing Finance. Just click on place orders and confirm. So these are all the things that you can do. Um, Now let's come to the third and most important point, which we mentioned initially, is the option to create and customize the small case. First, I'll quickly explain the customize, because the process of customizing and creating a small case is very similar. And if you're able to understand the customize, create, understanding create would be super easy. Let's say I go to discover page, I select all the trackers, and I select small case banking tracker. To customize a small case, I need to go on stocks and weights. Here I can see the customize button. If I click on it, I'll be redirected to a new page. The page says that you are now customizing the small case banking tracker. You have all the relevant and necessary tooltips to explain what all actions can be done on this page. So let's say I just want to neglect all the private banks which are available and just buy the public bank. That is, I just want to buy the stocks of public sector banks which are available in this small case, and not at all look at the private banks which are available. So I can hover on the segment label, just click on delete. Now it says that deleting this segment from the small case will also delete the 6 stocks that belong to this segment. If I confirm, now all the stocks belonging to the private banks have been removed, and I can see that only public banks are available. At the same time, you can also see the list of similar stocks on the right bottom. The list of similar stocks is on the basis of sectors which are there in the small case. So, for example, Punjab National Bank is not currently available in the small case. If I want to add the Punjab National Bank, I just need to click on this button and it will automatically be added. As you can see that it has been added into a new segment called new stocks. Now, if I don't want to keep this segment, I can move Punjab National Bank from this segment to public sector banks by just dragging it to public banks. Now, all the stocks which are there in the small case are present in the public banks segment. I can delete the new stocks segment from here. Simultaneously, I can also check uh, whether by customizing the small case, I'm improving the performance or not. Now, the blue line that you see is basically for original stocks, that is, the stocks that were originally present in the small case. And the orange line that you see is basically the performance of the customized small case. That is, after all the changes that you have made, this is how the performance has changed. So, as you can see, that in this case, it hasn't changed much. Now, let's just see what happens if I try to increase the number of shares of State Bank of India. So, I'm buying 8 shares of State Bank of India. Let's say I want to increase it to 15. So this is the I'm increasing the weight of the State Bank of India to 50. If I want to change the shares, I just need to click on the drop down, the dropping arrow in front of the weights and click the shares. Now, as I can see, I'm buying one share of State Bank of India. Let's increase it to 5. And simultaneously, I can also see what is how the performance is changing. Now, as you can see, the performance has changed. Initially, we marginally improved the performance compared to the original stocks by doing all the changes that we did. But now, once we have increased the number of shares for State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda, we are underperforming the original performance of original stocks. So the idea is basically you can keep on adding new stocks, dropping few stocks, select from similar stocks, increase or decrease number of shares, and at the same time keep on checking how if your performance is improving compared to the original small case. Now if you feel satisfied that the performance is improving, you can go on and invest in the small case. Now if you want to add a new stock which is not present in the small case, you can click on add stocks. And let's say I want to add again, I want to go back and add few private sector banks. I can just type in HDFC and I can select HDFC from here. Let's say I also want to add Kotak Bank. I can add it here. All these, both of these stocks got added to a new segment called new stocks. Now, if I want to change the name of the segment, I just need to hover on the segment and click on edit name, and I can name it whatever I want. Let's say I'm happy with my small case, and now I want to invest into it. I just need to click on invest now. It will ask you to give a unique name and overview. Let's say I give it my name, that is, this is my version of banking tracker, and click on save. I'm redirected to the investment page where I can see all the orders. That is, these are the stocks now that I'm buying. I can also check the weightages and quantities of all the stocks. If I click on invest now, again uh, we check for double confirmation from your side, and as soon as you click on confirm, we place the orders. So the tracking process remains the same for all the customized and created small cases also. That is, if you're customizing a small case, we'll again set your custom index to 100, and you can start tracking the performance. And you can easily differentiate between the small cases that you directly bought and the small cases that you customize by just looking at the image. You'll always see a custom ribbon on the image if it's a customized small case. Now there are a lot of uses for the customized feature. Let's say in case of energy tracker, in case of energy tracker, I just want to buy stocks of gas companies, so I can remove the segments for other things. In case of auto tracker, I just want to invest into components and remove auto manufacturers. I can directly remove it from there. In case of, let's say, transporting India, I don't like a particular stock. I can drop that stock from the list and then directly go ahead and invest. Now, let's come to the create option, which you can use to create your own small cases. To access the feature, you need to click on create, which is present on the left top side of the navbar, and you'll be redirected to the create page. To start the process of creating a small case, first you need to add a stock. Just click on add stock and type the stock that you want to add. uh, we are talking about auto stock, so let's just start with Maruti. If I type Maruti, I can I can select it from the drop down menu, and now I can see that it has been added to the small case. So a new segment named new stocks has been created and the stock has been added. Now as you see, now you will start seeing the list of similar stocks as soon as you add a stock into the small case. Now if I decide to add more automobile manufacturers, let's say I want Tata Motors also, Mahindra and Mahindra, I don't like two wheelers, so I won't select Hero Motor or TVS. So I'm happy with three stocks that I have selected: Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata Motors, and Maruti Suzuki. Few battery, let's say few tire stocks also along with it, because I feel that uh, the units of cars sold in India is going to increase because of festivity or because of increasing income or anything. At the same time, it will also result into increased demand for tire stocks. So I just want to select few tire stocks also. So I can see that there's JK Tire, Apollo Tire. Let's say if I select JK Tire. So now I can see that there are two sectors which are available in similar stocks, that is auto components and automobiles. If I want to look at the stocks in the automobiles, I can change the sector from here. If I want to look at auto components, again, I can change the sector from here. So let's say along with JK, I also want to select MRF. So I can just add it from here. Now, these are the five stocks that I want to buy. Now, once uh, I have finalized the list of stocks that I want to use to create this small case. The next step is to basically decide the segments. Now, I know I have automobile manufacturers and tire manufacturers. So, I want to create a new segment. For creating a new segment, I just click on add segment and type in the name. Let's say I want to call it tire manufacturers. So I just click on add, and there's a new segment called tire manufacturers. To move stocks from one segment to another segment, as I explained in the customize also, you just need to hover on it and from left side select and drag it to the. Now I just dragged MRF from new stocks to tire manufacturers. Similarly, I would want to move JK Tire also from new stocks to tire manufacturers, and this is done. Let's edit the name from new stocks to auto manufacturers and save it. So the first step was selecting the list of stocks. When I finalize it, this next second step was to determine the segments. So now I know that I have two segments: tire manufacturers and automobile manufacturers. The next step is to assign a weighing scheme. On this page, you can see that there are two options: you can select equi-weighted scheme or you can select market cap weighted scheme. Let's see what happens by clicking on each of them one by one. If I select an equi-weighted scheme, now I can see that weights for all the stocks in my small case has been set to 20. So there are five stocks. The maximum weight of can be 100 of all the stocks combined together, and it has been allocated equally into every stock. Now, what is meant by equated scheme is that however, like how much ever money you would decide to invest in, equal portion of that money would go into every stock. So if you decide to invest 10,000 rupees in the small case that you're creating, and you pick an equated weighing scheme, and you have five stocks, 2,000 rupees will go into each of them, because each of them has an equal weight of 20%. Now, if I want a market cap weighing scheme, I can click on this option, and now as I can see that weights have been calculated on the basis of this scheme. What happens in market cap weighing scheme is that the weight of a stock is decided uh, is actually proportional to the market cap. That is, if there are five stocks, I sum up the market cap of all the stocks, and to calculate the weight of every stock, I divide the market cap of that stock by the total market cap. So let's say I want to go ahead with the equivariate scheme. Now, as I can see that the investment amount is very high. It's around 2 lakh rupees. Now, why that must be happening? Because we have a stock Maruti which is very high price, and giving a 20% weightage to this stock is actually increasing the overall price of my basket. Now, let's say I don't want to go ahead with it. I can just remove this stock by again hovering on it and clicking on the cross option which is available on the right side. Now, as soon as I remove this, everything again gets recalculated. I can still see that there is one more stock which is high price, which is MRF. Let's say I want to remove this also, and I can remove it from here. Now, I want to add back Maruti and see what is happening. So I can go to the similar stocks, click on automobiles. I can see Maruti is present in the list of similar stocks. I click on it, and I see that, okay, the investment amount, uh, okay, Maruti got added to new stocks. Let's just rem- move it to automobile manufacturers, remove this segment, and let's say I want to just buy one share of Maruti, and I can see that the total investment amount is now 10,000 rupees. So by clicking on shares, I can see that I'm buying 10 shares of JK Tire, one share of Mahindra and Mahindra, three shares of Tata Motors, and one share of Maruti Suzuki. To check the current weighing scheme, I can click on weights. So this is how the weighing is going to be. Because the price of Maruti is very high, the a lot of weight has been given to it. If you want to increase weight of any particular stock, you can keep on doing it from here, and you will see that the investment amount is simultaneously changing as I'm increasing the weight. Now let's say I'm happy with this composition and I want to invest 15,000, close to 15,500 rupees. I'm happy with the performance. As you can see, the small case that we've just created has outperformed Nifty by a huge margin. So both the performance was set to 100 on 18th of March. Uh, and as you can see, the small case has performed exceptionally well. In last 1 year, small case has given a return of 41% compared to the 17% return generated by Nifty. Let's say I'm happy. I want to buy this small case. I just click on invest now. If you want to give a unique image to your small case, you just need to click on change image and you can upload the image from your directly from your desktop. Let's say I give the name to auto companies, my favorite auto stocks is the description, and I can click on save. Now, as you can see that we have calculated the minimum investment amount that is required to maintain the weighing scheme, which you selected on the last page. If you, at this point of time, if you want to invest more in this small case, you can specify the amount. Let's say I just want to continue with the same amount. I need to click on button, and I can again review all the orders. And it's a two-step process. Click on invest now and confirm. So as you see, we have set your custom index again to 100. You can check the orders, click on track performance, and move to the investment page. Now there are a lot of use cases for the create options. Uh, let's say you read an article on money control where there are three brokerages which have mentioned that they are bullish on five stocks for next 1 month. So what you can do is you can quickly add those five stocks. You can come to the create page, add those five stocks, assign the segments to be the broker names, and then buy it and track it separately as, let's say, 1 month broker recommended holdings. Simultaneously, if there are few stocks which your dad is bullish on and you don't like it, there might be some reasons for it. What you can do is come to create page, add all the stocks, give the name to be something like your dad's portfolio, and you can start tracking it separately. So there are a lot of things that you can do using this create option. You can create separate portfolios for your family members. You can create separate portfolios for different time frames. You can create separate portfolios of different broker recommendations also. What happens if you're doing all these things using a small case platform is that you can easily manage and track all these separate portfolios using our customized index feature. So you don't have to go and track each and every stock which is present in different small cases created by you or created by the research team. You just need to come on the investment page and track your indices just by. So let's say holding no small case to currently we have three small case. One is a direct small case created by the small case research team, affordable housing. One is a custom small case, which is the small case banking tracker, where I removed all the private sector banks and just bought the public sector banks. And one other is auto companies, which is a small case that I just created. So I don't need to care now. I don't need to care about all the stock that I hold into it. I just need to see the index values, and then I can decide accordingly whether the small case is performing for me or not. And all the managed flow that we discussed keeps on working in the same fashion for all the small cases, that is for customize and create small cases also. Let's say the small case auto companies which I just created is working very well for me, and 1 month down the line I want to invest more into it. So I just need to click on manage, go on invest more, and I can continue with the same thing. I just click on confirm amount, click on invest more, and click on confirm. So the whole portfolio tracking, managing, and buying process has been made very seamless and efficient on the small case platform. Now, if you want to do the similar stuff, that is create a portfolio of up to 20 stock on any conventional broking platform, it might take you more than like 150 to 200 clicks, because you will have to search for every single stock separately, then specify. You won't actually know how much shares to bought for every small case, because the option for every stock, because the option of different weighing schemes are not available. And then you will have to place a buy order separately for each and every stock, and at the same time specify the kind of order also that you want to place for each and every stock separately. On our platform is just a two-step process compared to a lengthy 150 to 200 click process. So these were the things that I wanted to cover in this webinar. In the next webinar, we would actually look at different investment strategies which you can execute on the small case platform. That is, we would look at what is a value investing strategy, what is a growth investing strategy, what is a dividend investing strategy, what are the options of these different investment strategies that are available on the small case platform, and how you can quickly create your own strategies and execute it on the small case platform. So that's it from my side. Uh,
Yeah. Thank you, Nagra. So I guess that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, so if you have any more topics that you'd want Smallcase to cover, you can probably write to support@smallcase.com, and they can get in touch with you. And if possible, we can arrange a webinar for that as well. As the Educate platform, we are also doing a lot of different webinars wherein we're covering a lot of topics all related to the market. So if you have any suggestions as to what we should cover, please write to us at social@zerodha.com and we can look into it, right? So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.